Yaate Habine. Good morning. This is Matt speaking from Access Navajo. I'm happy to be finally able to tell you that the game for Book 6 has been completed and loaded onto our website. As in the case of the previous 5 books, you'll need to download a Java Runtime Environment, also known as a JRE, from the Oracle website, no cost. The present game is the 6th game in the series of games we've created for each of the books that we've put out. This one is, I believe, by far and away the most difficult, but also by far and away the most fun because there's a huge amount of vocabulary in here. So let's jump right in. There are 3 modes in which you can play this game. The first mode is 4 choices. If I click on the mode button, it jumps to more choices. If I click again, it jumps to jump 2, and then if I click again, it comes back around to 4 choices. So to play the game in the 4 choices mode, I come to the play button. If I click on that, notice that a sentence is given up above with a blank in it. Now the object of the game is to pick the choice among the 4 choices given below that best completes the meaning of the sentence. So I can read the Navajo and then make my choice based on that. If I need to, I can come up here to the information box above and look at the English. So here the English for this sentence is, Amy's dog is good at keeping an eye on the baby. Now, a sentence number is also given, actually a verb and a sentence number. So you'll see you have verb 721. If I want, I can go in book 6 and look up verb 721 and get more information about this verb. The point 1 down here just means that it's the first example given of this sentence in the book. Okay, so let's come now down below and read our sentence and look for the form that best completes the meaning. I'm going to go with yikdes. I make my selection, and the selection I've made is lit up in yellow. It's also moved up into the blank in the sentence. Now, to find out whether I've gotten it right or not, I click on Check Results, and you'll see that if you get it right, all the boxes become green, and you get 25 points in your running score. Now, let's play again. Ha'at esh aslajent blank. Why are you always, or what are you always staring at? So let's take a look down below. Now, my best answer here is probably niddenil gesh, but let's get it wrong just so I can show you what happens. So I've made a choice, and I'm going to click on Check Results. What we see is that our answer has changed from yellow to pink, and we have a heavy black line around the box to show us that that's not the answer that was expected. Now if I can click on the Show Answers button down below in the middle, and you'll see that it changes to blue, and the expected answer is now in the box with an exclamation point to show that that's not the answer we provided. That's what the software was expecting. Okay, and it also shows you where it was down below. In this case, we can come here to the na button and play it again. Now we have to remember niddenil gesh. So we'll get 4 new answers with the one expected answer as one of them. So we have to remember, we just saw it, niddenil gesh. Now, if I click on that, if I click on Check Results, I should get 5 extra points for having, after I got it wrong the first time, having gone to the trouble of following up to find the correct answer and then replaying the game using the na button. So if I click here, our 25 points should go to 30 points. Check Results, click, and there it is, 30 points. Now you can't do this a second time. If I go to na and I click on niddenil gesh, I'm not going to get 35 points when I check on results here. It just stays 30. You can only do that once. The second mode for playing the game is, if I come here to 4 choices and click called more choices. Now, as far as the way you play this, it's exactly the same as four choices. It's just you're going to have 7 possible verbs to choose from to fill in the blank. So if we click on play, we get our sentence with a blank, and we now have to make a choice among these 7. So I don't know. Ne di ah. Let's try that one. Check results. There we go. We got 25 points for a correct answer. That's how you play the second mode. The third mode for playing the game, if we come here to more choices and click on it, is called jump to. Now we have a box here next to the jump to button that gives us a prompt. So we're prompted for verb 626.1, but we can put anything we want in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come through, and this is really good, say, for a teacher if you're trying to show your students, say, a particular sentence pattern, and you want to go to a specific sentence. So we could type in 640.2, and if we go to play, it then gives us that sentence, verb 640.2, and we can play it the same as if we were playing any other sentence. It's not random at this point. It's something we've put in. Another thing you can do here is you can use, say, a Navajo word if you're trying to see how, for instance, a specific word is used in sentences in Navajo. So I'm going to take the word dah. I'm going to put a blank after it, and I'm going to put a blank in front of it just so we get single occurrences of it, not parts of other words. Now if I click on play, you'll notice that in our sentence that comes in above, the word dah is used in that sentence. So it's a great way to go through and take a specific word and try and see how that word gets used in sentences in Navajo. So you can keep going. You can go through. If you pick the right word, you can get a whole bunch of sentences that all have dah in them. Okay? Eventually, you'll come to dah not found. So 7412, 745, 7452, 747, dah not found. So at that point, you can just jump to another mode by clicking on the mode button, or you can enter a new word. Now let me show you here. If you're looking for a word that has a high vowel or a nasal vowel in Navajo, you can enter those vowels. So let's take an example. Debe, that high E. I can on my keyboard and use Control 4 the same way you would with entering Navajo into, say, a word processor. But I can also do the same thing using the square bracket system. So if I wanted a high E, I would click an opening square bracket and an E, and then the next thing I type, here this will be a blank, converts it. If I wanted a deben, I would click a closing square bracket, E, and then convert it by typing a blank. Or if I wanted both on the same vowel, I would click a opening bracket, a closing bracket, and then an E, and then the next thing I type, which in this case will be a blank, converts, okay? So there's deben. Now that's deben, but that's not going to be in there. So let's just use deben, okay? Now if I click on play, I should get a sentence that has the word deben in it in Navajo. And let's see. There it is, debe in my sentence. Okay? Now, you can also use English words. So suppose I were to put the English word for, or the English word store, S-T-O-R-E in here. And then if I hit play again, if there's coffee available at the store, comma, bring me a cup of it. So I get a sentence with the word store in it. Okay, well, you've seen all 3 modes now. And hopefully you've seen some stuff that looks fun to you. Remember, for us, the most important thing is that you have fun while you're playing with Navajo verbs. So, ahat insad bedane epe nanene do benenedlingo najoneko de nepezad behol adolesh. Now, there are many, many vocabulary terms in this database. So there's a lot here. Don't get frustrated if you make some mistakes, because even the best of us, the native speakers, and I'm not one by a long shot, but the native speakers sometimes have to really think about this stuff. You've made it to book 6. You should be congratulating yourself, and you should be realizing that this is an incredibly beautiful, wonderful language, and that if you're able to do well on this game, you truly have mastered a large amount of material, not just in terms of verb forms and conjugation patterns, but also in terms of vocabulary. So, have fun with this game, and hopefully we'll be hearing from you. We do appreciate positive feedback and negative feedback in the sense that if there's something that needs to be fixed in these games, please let us know. You can contact us in the comments below, or you can go to our website and there's a place there that you can leave a message and it will be sent to one of our email accounts. So, have fun playing the game. 下個呢